What's up guys, my name is MrJTekken and this is your quick and simple guide on how to complete the Shattered Veil Easter egg on Black Ops 6 Zombies. Before we start, to make this easy, I would run Ether Shroud as your field upgrade because it will be used for the Easter egg and it is very good for the boss fight. The first step of the Easter egg, as always, is turn on Pack-a-Punch, so just follow those orange diamonds until Pack-a-Punch is open. And now you're going to need to unlock all 3 upgrades for the Ray Gun Mark II. To get the free Ray Gun Mark II, the first thing you are going to want to do is get the Pack-a-Punch open so you have access to the SAM room. Once that is open, you're going to want to wait until round 10 to get a specific zombie with purple eyes in that room. When killed, the zombie is going to drop a floppy disk for you to pick up. You're then going to want to head over to the East Foyer where you're going to see a fax machine that you can interact with. Once you place the floppy disk inside, you're going to see a screen that turns red and a bunch of vermins will spawn in. Once all the vermin are dead, you should be able to interact with the fax machine and look at a note that will give you a 4-letter word in all caps. This is where you're going to be using a code to transfer into numbers. Head over to the nursery or the PhD room and look at this chalkboard. You're going to see a bunch of grouped up letters. To explain, my word was crab. So I'm going to find out where the C is first, which is at the bottom middle that has 4 letters. So my first number will be 4. Then I'm going to find the letter R, which is on the top middle, and it's in the group with 6 letters, so my next number is 6. And so forth. The A is also in the 6 group, and the B is in the 4 group. So my code is 4664. You'll then want to go back down to the SAM room into the tunnel where you're going to see a doppelgast behind a door. If you put the code that we just got into the keypad, it will open up. Once the doppelgast is out, kill him and pick up the arm that it drops. You'll then want to go to the armory, which is in the back of the tunnel, and if you place the arm on this scanner, you should get your free Ray Gun Mark II. Before you start any upgrade steps, you're gonna need an empty canister. There are only 3 on the map, so I'll show you how to get all of them now. The first one can be done by shooting crystals around the map with the Ray Gun Mark II. One can be found in the service tunnel, another can be found in the conservatory, another can be outside the nursery on the roof, and the last location can be found in the East Foyer with the fax machine. Another way to get a canister is to use the Gersh device at this window and grab a canister out of the map. And the last way to get a canister is to go down to the SAM room and you're gonna see a tube with a zombie and a canister inside. Make sure you check the letter beside it before you do the step. After that, grab tomahawks and go over to the tunnel where you're going to see valves outside the map. Throw the tomahawks in the middle crank and the one that has the same letter beside the tube. Once that is done, you're going to go back to the tube and throw a Molotov at it to blow it up, and you're going to get your 3rd canister. To make the SMG variant, you're going to want to head to Shem's Hedge and place the canister inside this machine. Once placed, an abomination will spawn. Your job is to have this abomination shock 3 rocks in the circle and make them glow. Make sure you're doing this at the end of the round so you don't accidentally go down. Once all of the rocks are glowing, have the abomination charge into the rocks. You'll know you've done it right when all the rocks begin to float in the air. Once all of them are up, you'll need to defend the portal in between the rocks from vermin. For this, I would use the Mustang and Sally to get the splash damage, as well as using Frenzy Guard and decoys. Once you defend the portal, go back to the machine where you place the canister and bring it to the tunnel where you can craft the SMG variant. To make the shotgun variant, you're going to want to find an essence bomb hidden inside a white box around the map. These can be found anywhere, usually on a wall anywhere on the map. I'll be showing you a few locations, but if they aren't in these, just keep looking and you'll eventually find it. Once you find the bomb, head to the tunnel and place the bomb on this rubble, which will reveal a new area in the map. Head to the back of the room and place the canister inside this machine. You're now going to need to find 2 mirrors, which can be found in the fountain next to Quick Revive and the fountain outside of the PhD room. Head back to the secret room and place the 2 mirrors on poles in the room. You're then going to need to position them so you can get them to shine at a doppelgast statue. Once positioned, melee the crystal and kill the doppelgast. Repeat this 2 more times to the other statues, and once that's done, bring the canister from the machine to Richtofen's bedroom, where you can craft the shotgun variant. To make the marksman rifle variant, head to the conservatory and place a canister in this machine. You're now going to need to find 4 plant seeds around the map. Outside the mansion, you're going to see these pods that you can use your lethal grenade on and it'll drop a seed. These have multiple spawns, however, if you get a seed from it, they will no longer spawn on the map. To make it simple, you can find 1 in spawn, Shem's Hedge, in front of the mansion, or in the back of the mansion. Note they may not spawn in the same locations as me, but they will most likely be close to them. Head back to the conservatory, and now you're going to see some plant box thingies where you have to place a seed in it for it to grow. Once you place the seeds, zombies will spawn trying to stop them. Make sure you do this 1 at a time if you're doing this solo, as it is very difficult for all of them at once. After you've allowed all 4 seeds to grow, pick up the canister and bring it to spawn to craft the marksman rifle variant. Now that you have all ray gun variants, you're now going to want to unlock 3 portals around the map connected to a picture on the wall. The first picture connected to the SMG variant will be the most difficult to unlock, as it can't be seen unless you open up the map more. Head to the elevator room, and to the right of the gobblegum machine you'll see a box with a lamp in it. Pick it up and head to the room with the fossil inside, and place the lamp on this wall. You're now going to play a little game of Simon Says, where you're going to have to interact with the lights on the left and right side. Repeat this 3 times and a brand new room will open up, revealing the picture frame. Interact with the machine next to the picture and begin to fill it up with souls using the SMG ray gun variant. Once the portal opens up, head inside and you're going to see a guy inside talking about how he needs a drink. It is your job to find his flask to start the ritual. To do this, you're going to need to find a bell. Head to the study and look inside all the glass cabinets. In one of them there will be a small bell that you can pick up. Go back to the overlook and place the bell onto this bar. You're now going to need to put brain rot on your weapon and try to get a brain rot zombie near the bar. Once you see that you've gotten a brain rot zombie, interact with the bell, which will cause the zombie to jump over the bar and give you the flask. Make sure you have the SMG variant for this step. Head down to the blue portal and place it down on the table. You're now going to be in a lockdown until you defeat an elite mangler. After a bit, he's going to get shields on him. These shields can only be damaged by the specific ray gun variant that you opened the portal with. Once you finish the lockdown, pick up the Sentinel artifact. Your next portal will be for the shotgun variant. Go to the elevator room and interact with the machine and do the exact same one with the last one. This time you're going to go inside the portal and you're going to see a bottle on the table. Pick it up and make sure you have at least PAP level 1 on your ray gun. You're going to need to fill up goblets around the map and kill elder disciples. The first cup will be in the bottlery. The second will be in the overlook. And the final one will be in spawn. Once you have all 3 done, go to the elevator room again, and along the walls you'll see 3 numbers. From left to right, go into the death perception room in the west hallway and use these numbers to open up this safe, which is where you will find the ritual item. Repeat the same thing in the lockdown with an elder disciple and pick up the Sentinel artifact. The final portal is in the library and you'll need the marksman rifle variant. Open the portal like the others, and now you're going to need to use Ether Shroud to find 3 ghost books. I'll show you all the locations I know on screen now. Once you found all 3 books, go back to the library and interact with all 3 books on the wall, and that will open a secret room where you can find the final ritual item. Head back to the portal and complete the final ritual. After this point, you are now ready for the boss, so make sure you have everything you need and make sure that you have an attack chopper with you, because it is very useful for this boss fight. When you're ready, go to the SAM room and place the Sentinel artifact right in front of her. Now, like every boss, this is no joke. I would focus on hitting his criticals and avoid the gas spots on the ground. Always keep moving at all times and do not rush with this boss. He will have 4 phases to him, but if you can save a chopper for the last one, as he will eventually start getting really fast and start sprinting at you. The SMG ray gun does a lot of damage to the boss, so I would highly recommend bringing that in. Another tip to look out for is that Richtofen will be supporting you during this boss fight, and he will be able to drop ammo for you as well as shoot zombies and even give you a self-revive if you're lucky. Keep in mind there are some things about the boss fight, like when the Z-Rex starts roaring, his mouth turns into a critical spot, and this does happen very often where he will have toxic zombies grow on the sides of him. Stay safe and keep your distance, and with a bit of luck, you'll have completed the Shattered Veil Easter egg. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy and would like to see some more Black Ops 6 Zombies content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.